We could learn today about what led to a shooting between a suspect and a Roswell police officer. We do know that it started when police went to an apartment complex to check on a man named Richard Johnson, who was believed to be suicidal. Police say that's when shots were fired, but they have not released what actually led to the shooting. Johnson was hit and is in critical condition. Police Sergeant Cruz Zavala took a bullet in his chest, but his body armor blocked it and he's okay. 11 years ago, almost to the day, Sergeant Zavala was badly wounded when he was shot 5 times during a traffic stop. Once the suspect in Monday's officer-involved shooting is released from the hospital, police say he will face charges. Police say 34-year-old Joaquin Ortega crashed his car at Central and Washington, ran to a nearby bus stop and held up a woman and her grandson at gunpoint, then apparently tried to carjack a man. When an officer showed up, he confronted and shot Ortega, who is recovering at UNM Hospital. Ortega has a record of drug, robbery, and DWI charges. He will now face new charges of aggravated assault, child abuse, and much more.
532 new this morning in the shooting spree from the weekend. Officer Daniel Morales, who was hurt along with 2 other Albuquerque police officers and Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputy, is now out of the hospital and recovering at home, we are told. It has been a tough month for police and sheriff's deputies all around the state. There have been 6 police shootings since just last week. 4 people have been killed and 7 officers hurt. A graphic reminder of just how dangerous it is to work in law enforcement.
It's scary, but we do live in a very violent environment, and people may not realize that, but they better wake up.
Jim McGrain there is the father of Bernalillo County Sheriff's Deputy James McGrain Jr., who was shot and killed by Michael Astorga during a traffic stop back in 2006. The McGrain family now sponsors an annual street survival training program for police and sheriff's deputies. 3,000 of them have gone through it already. They have it every year. Well, starting today and for all of the next week, you have the chance to help the McGrains and families of fallen officers and get some good food and drink.
Hey, it is called Breakfast for Badges. It's a partnership between donut marts all around Albuquerque and Isotopes. Our Samantha McDonald is live at the Donut Mart off of Central with more on how you can get involved. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Donut Mart is showing its support for officers today with a free breakfast. Doors open at 6 a.m. and there is a way for the public to get involved. As you said, it's called Breakfast for Badges. It's going on at several locations. And active and retired public safety members are invited to grab a free donut and coffee from 6 to 10 a.m. That means police, fire, EMS, military, everyone is invited. And here's how you can show support too. Until Wednesday, November 6th, $1 from every dozen donuts you buy will go to the 100 Club of New Mexico and Company. That organization gives aid to families of fallen firefighters and law enforcement officers. Plus, the Isotopes will donate 1 ticket voucher to a home game this season to anyone who purchases a dozen donuts or makes a cash donation.
We just want to make them feel like we appreciate what they do all day long to protect the citizens of New Mexico.
Inside, you'll notice that there will be donation jars set up on the counters. Back to you.
All right, a half hour before the doors open. Sam, thank you very much. Albuquerque Mayor R.J. Berry plans to be there, as well as the police and fire chiefs and the Bernalillo County Sheriff.
Police in Rio Rancho want your help to find a man who held up a fast food joint with a hatchet. Yeah, hatchet. This happened at the Twisters on Southern about 9:30 Monday night. Workers say the man had on a mask, was carrying a hatchet, and he went in through the back door there and demanded money. The manager gave him a bag of cash, and then he took off running. Well, 535, it is one of the most historic places in Bernalillo County and maybe the most haunted, but it is not the ghosts that are scaring people the most right now.
On special assignment, Kim Holland showed you how this property, known as the Old Sandia Ranch, has been allowed to sit undeveloped. It used to house tuberculosis patients and later was a hospital for the mentally ill. But over the decades, the buildings have been falling apart and becoming a danger for the homeless who seek shelter there and for young people who trespass looking for a spook. The county allowed the owner, David Gonzalez, a permit to build a cemetery there, but that was nearly 5 years ago. Residents are upset that the land sits in such a dangerous state with roofs collapsing and walls falling over.
There's been several fires on it, and I think 1 or 2 murders as well.
So the special use permit for the cemetery is only good for 1 year. So how did the county allow the property to sit for nearly 5 undeveloped? Well, you can see the entire story tonight on 2 Casa Fox at 9 o'clock tonight. Check it out also on KRQE.com. Governor Martinez is touting a new website designed to help parents and teachers teach kids how to read. The New Mexico Reads to Lead website has monthly calendars with daily reading activities, recommending reading lists for pretty much every level grade, and many other resources. Now, according to the governor's office, the most recent data shows only half of New Mexico students are actually reading at grade level. Now, we have posted a link to the site at KRQE.com. I think this is great. I love to hear stories about giving parents at home the tools they need to help their own children.
All right, now I just hope parents go ahead and take advantage of it.
Yes.